I don't usually have a newspaper on my lap at Good News, but if I asked you, what does Reliant K, Audio Adrenaline, Stephen Curtis Chapman, Third Day, Casting Crowns all have in common? They have in common our next guest, Atlanta Fest, the largest Christian rock festival in the Southeast, which takes place at Six Flags Over Georgia every summer in the heat and beauty of June. And we have one of their co-directors with us, Bob Thompson. Welcome to Good News.
Yeah,
how are you doing?
Welcome. Yay! Some of the bands here, they're like, yay!
That's all right.
Atlanta Fest is coming.
Now, you don't look like a rock and roll promoter. Now, you got to tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved?
But the funny thing is, neither does he, but the two of you are huge music fans. I mean, it's hysterical how into it you are, right?
Well, I certainly think when I first had the opportunity to meet Don that I think we were twins separated at birth in that respect. But it's God's great sense of humor and timing is the only possible answer for how I ended up at this age as a Christian rock promoter.
Yeah.
I spent a number of years in the business world, and yet I felt that God's calling was to take what I had learned there and kind of translate it to a more evangelistic opportunity to take His message to the next generation of young people.
Well, why music?
Well, music has this incredible ability to reach people, young people, old people, but young people in this case, in a way that the spoken word or the written word often can't. It reaches the soul. I was touched by even the words of one of your next guests' words on your website, on the Casting Crowns website, when he said that, we're into Christian music because it's the only sermon that some young people may ever get to hear. So.
Well, and there's a powerful thing in music that, I, by the grace of God, was born on a Wednesday night. My dad left actually the Wednesday night service, brought half the congregation with him to the hospital. My mom
Don't you know his mother was happy?
And was in church on Sunday morning. So I have grown up in the church and then claimed that as my own faith and my own profession of faith in Christ, and have read the Bible and studied the Bible for years. And I got into seminary and reading and studying and realized, I know more lyrics to 70s, 80s, 90s rock songs than I can do Bible verses totally. And that kind of made me wonder, well, why is it I can remember, Peter Wolf Lights Out or Cheap Trick or U2 or Van Halen or a whole list of stuff. And I can remember where I was, almost the smell in the air, the temperature. Music does have some way of sort of permeating you and making it very special, a particular time, a particular place, who you were with when you heard that first. I don't know why it does that, but it happens. And now y'all are making those memories at Six Flags underneath a roller coaster in the summertime.
Well, that's true. I mean, when you think about it, the songs of my generation. Well, here we'll do an unrehearsed quiz here.
All right.
All right. I'll give you a line and you finish it.
Ooh. Okay.
Ready? You can check out anytime you like, but.
The Hotel California?
Right, yeah, right?
I'm going to win!
Exactly.
Woo! Go! Give me another one!
Done! All you know is like the Gap Band. I can't believe you got that right.
Now let's face it. That song was written in 1976.
I wasn't alive.
28 years ago. That song was written 28 years ago, and that is the last line in the last verse of a song. Those songs are in there. The songs of our youth are in there, and they do, as you were saying, they hold a special place. And a lot of the songs of the current generation don't carry an uplifting message, a message of hope and joy and accountability. A lot of today's music, popular music, carries a message of sex and drugs and violence and despair. And for at-risk teens, that is something that gets inside them, and it becomes part of what they think about and how they think about the world. Even for non-at-risk teens, they'll say, well, I know the words are kind of crummy, but I don't really pay any attention to the words. But they're in there.
Yeah.
The words of the songs of our childhood are in there, and they're going to be there. And so, we feel that if the gospel is to be the same message, it needs to be delivered to a different address to the next generation. And so hopefully our involvement with Christian music is to kind of change the address of God's message in a way that kids can hear.